Okay, the plan today is to try and finish chapter 2, finally. After 80 hours. Just need to finish this. I think it's the last bits of the DLC. You are greeted by an impeccably dressed man with a perfectly straight back. Abati's scale emblem is embroidered on his clothes. Glory to House von Valentius. We are honoured to welcome you to the Palace of Justice, your ladyship. Do you wish to proceed to the session at once, or will you grace me with any questions I might humbly answer? What is this place? This is the Place of Justice, the 9th residence of House von Valentius, erected by your esteemed ancestor Benefaz von Valentius and handed over by Theodora von Valentius. Ever may she bask in the throne's radiance, to the Adeptus Arbates and the Administratium for judiciary use. Cases of special interest are heard at this palace. Sentences are carried out here also. Are there any other such institutions elsewhere in my protectorate? No, your ladyship. As is the case with the rest of the Imperium, worlds make do with the traditional method. The accused are not allowed to say a word, and executions are carried out as ordered by planetary authorities or by powerful organizations of the Imperium. Only here on Dargonus does such an unusual ceremony exist. Benefaz von Valentius was known for his eccentricities. It is said that he invented this system himself and started this glorious tradition in which you are to take part today. What kind of cases are usually heard here? Only the most important ones that involve the interests of the highest born persons and prominent factions of the Imperium. Disputes between the noble houses that go on for generations, conflicts between the God Emperor's servants who are vested with authority and whose disagreements affect trade and security in the Protectorate, and other litigations of supreme significance. The cases litigated at the Palace of Justice quite literally concern matters of life and death. In such instances, there is always a guilty party whose lies, conveniences, or negligence have caused damage to the Protectorate. The task of the judge is to establish guilt and pass a stern sentence, as order cannot be imposed without these or without summary executions. Let us begin. Please follow me. Inscribia Volta's dreary vox-amplified voice carries across the hall. The court will now hear case DP-1453/2. The doleful host against the astropathic choir of Dargonus. Representatives for the parties will present their arguments following standard procedure. Sister Juf. A woman with lines of scripture all over her skin folds her arms into an aquila. My name is Sister Juf, and I represent the doleful host. O God Emperor's anointed one, we came upon a group of heretics whose minds brimmed with the most shameless thoughts. We captured them and tortured them as befits their transgressions. From what we were able to discern from their wailing and screaming, the head of the astropathic choir is plotting to betray House von Valentius. No one is a liar when flame is caressing their flesh. The doleful host surrounded the choir building and demanded that the heretic be handed over. It was solely out of respect for the anointed one that we refrained from burning down the wayward heretic's den on the spot. However, say but the word and we shall take him that he may undergo a righteous cleansing. What? The arguments are acknowledged and shall be weighed on the scale of justice. The representative will retreat to the Chapel of Patience to await the verdict. The gaunt man dressed in astropath's robes is standing tall, but his voice trembles with fury. I am Master Angelio. I represent the Dargonus astropathic choir. These insidious and ignorant people are passing off their victims' ravings as truth. Your ladyship, people will say anything under torture just to make the agony stop. We have served House von Valentius faithfully for decades. Master Prass, the longest of all. Please order them to stand down. The master of the court repeats the same monotonous formula bidding the other representatives to leave the courtroom. Why are you putting things on the scales? The scales of justice are a sacred relic installed as a testament to the alliance between the Von Valentius dynasty on one side and the Adeptus Arbates and the Administratium on the other. Legends say ancient machine spirits dwell within the relic. The scales of justice are only used on extraordinary occasions, and an intervention from the rogue trader is necessary. Ceremony dictates that items symbolizing the parties' arguments be placed on the scales, and once the verdict is announced, the machine spirits weigh the decision made and show either affirmation or rejection through the position of the scales. However, there has never been an occurrence where the rogue trader and the spirits of the scales were divided on the verdict. Tech use test. It's highly unlikely that such an artifact actually exists. Judging by the design of the device, it is nothing more than a regular, albeit enormous and masterfully crafted weight scales devoid of machine spirits of any kind. Someone must be secretly manipulating the plates in order to add greater profoundness to the rogue trader's verdict. Give me details about the parties in this conflict. I want to see who among them is trustworthy. As the prefect leans towards you, you get a whiff of ink and candle wax. The doleful host is a respected cult of the God Emperor. The Adeptus Ministorum has deemed them to be paragons of virtue who combat every manner of heresies and has enlisted their aid in various conflicts. Naturally, the Akosaki stops short of counting them among its warriors, but it uses them in very similar ways. The Astropathic Choir hardly needs an introduction. They are some of the most valuable servants of the Imperium, without whom any and all communication between your worlds would collapse. The Dargonis Choir took horrific casualties in the recent major warp storm. Master Prass made an enormous effort to at least partially restore communication. While we may not have proof of his innocence, Prass' dedication to his duty is beyond doubt. The old woman locks her shriveled fingers together. As you can see, this is an intricate situation. You recall a crucial nuance that has, on numerous occasions, protected the nobility from zealots looking to dispense arbitrary justice. The Akosaki is forbidden from outfitting its own army. It should be easy to declare the host to be in violation of this covenant, and as a pretty bonus, seize all of their property afterwards, solely as a lesson in humanity, of course. Switch on your Vox. Vigdis, quick, and ask our ship's choirmaster whether Master Prass of Dargonis has been known to engage in any compromising behaviour. At once, Lord Captain. The Palace of Justice falls silent for several minutes until Vigdis's voice returns. Choirmaster Vase has no... he's still there. Choirmaster Vase has known Master Prass for quite a long time. He has made a very measured statement to the effect that for some time now, the mental images conveyed by Prass have taken on a shade of profound anxiety and become more aloof and detached overall. Zachary Vest attributes this to Prass's horrific experience during the warp storm, but he is less than completely sure, as there is still something that sets the Dargonis Choirmaster's messages apart from those of his fellow survivors. Interesting. I would like to hear out the parties. Again, I'm afraid they have already said what they had to say and are humbly waiting their fate. Want to hear my retinee's opinion. Both parties have shown disrespect to the Imperium's authority. The doleful host is engaging in mob justice, and the defendant did not even deign to stand trial in person. Sentence them both to death, that would be the optimal outcome. Jeez. Is it not excessive? No, such a verdict will remind your subjects that only the rogue trader has the right to administer justice. Besides, if you take the host's side, it will inspire new self-proclaimed executioners, and if you absolve the astropath and he turns out to have been guilty after all... Okay. The prefect's dry fingers press down on the runes in her data slate. As I thought, I deeply regret to inform you that said further investigation is impossible. The host fighters are already breaking down the doors of the choir. I'm ready to... As you wish, your ladyship. Who is to face the death penalty? Oh, just kill them both. Wait, is that a gun? A turret? A harsh verdict, but from now on your subjects will hardly dare escalate situations to the point of open clashes. In cases similar to this one, of course. The rogue trader has made her decision. Arbitrators carry it out. Yeah, it's just a gun. Oh, it's like a flame. Jeez. The prefect proceeds matter-of-factly to the next scroll. The court will now hear petition CR-1547/33 restated. The petitioner is Cardinal Anvilus. Your arguments, please, Cardinal. A gaunt man raises his bloodshot eyes at you. For a moment all sound cease, even the scratching of the countless servo skulls quills. The man's gaze is full of a pain so strong and undiluted that your breath seizes in your throat. I am impure, O Emperor's anointed one. I am beset by impure thoughts, but no one believes my confessions. I have been giving away the treasures I possess, only for people to bring me more. Worse still is the knowledge that I am leading people astray. They look at me and believe a state of perfect grace is attainable, while I am very tired. The Cardinal blinks away a tear and continues. But most terrible of all is that my brethren, the preachers of the Cronus Expanse, see me as a holy man. Their delusion has been so persistent that they sent a petition to Holy Terror asking that I may be made a saint. That was when I became firm in my decision to submit to torture in front of my congregation, thus reminding them that no holiness exists unless bestowed as a gift by the God Emperor. Even clerics of my rank can and must repent, thus becoming more pure every day. Please allow me to undergo mortal torture in his name in front of my parishioners. Am I hearing this correctly? Is the Cardinal asking to be tortured to death for his wickedness? That is correct. In addition, he insists on your subjects bearing witness to, as a lesson to them, so to speak. To refuse a cardinal is impious in itself, but to execute one is a saint, who is a saint in all but name. You devise an elegant rendering of the sentence, one that will convince everyone that you are in the right and save you from being branded a saint killer. All you must do is accuse the cardinal of attending to murder an all but canonized individual. What does my retinue have to say? Agenta shakes her head. Wise counsel is required here, and this is not to be found within these walls. Reverend Hieronymus would understand the workings of the cardinal's soul, and trust him to the good shepherd of the Drusians. Situation analysis complete, let the paradox cease, let functionality triumphant. Suggestion, use the unit Cardinal Allian's organic remains to construct a serval skull herald and place it in an automated chapel. The status of sainthood will be extended to the liturgical mechanism. The blood-spun web is knowledgeable in ways to torment one's flesh without going to the undying one in due time. Domin, allow me to help Cardinal Anvilus attend enlightenment and experience the purity of a near-death state. Undergoing our rite should make him realize it is not in his gift to sever his own thread. According to the Lex Imperialis, a candidate saint may personally challenge their sainting by petitioning the Ecclesiarchy on Holy Terror. Sidestepping the head of the imperial cult is a violation of the Emperor's law. Since astropathic communication with the rest of the Imperium has been disrupted, I propose to put Cardinal Analysis on a ship that crosses the moor so that he can submit his request with every formality observed. But Solomon, the moor is closed. That does not to diminish the stipulations of the Lex Imperialis. Besides, following the letter of the law absolves you of the necessity of tainting your hands with the blood of a potential saint. Okay, pass judgment. Let's torture the priest. The old woman chews her lips anxiously. That grants the quest only in part, but she glances over quickly at Kibelia. You are probably the only one who believes the Cardinal will survive the Death Cult's ordeal. If everything happens as you envision it, the Cardinal will be back down from his intention, and his flock will not be bereft of a saint. The rogue trader has made her will clear. Cardinal Anvalas will leave the Palace of Justice and accept his fate. And let's move on to the last case for today. The court will now hear case DP-1646/7. Lady Moles Secundus against the late Lord Moles. Lord Moles has been deceased. Lord Moles being deceased, he will be represented by his progeny Agatha and Silas Modulus. Representatives for the party will present their arguments following standard procedure. Your ladyship, I am Lady Moles Secundus. Only 8 cycles ago, a man broke into my house posing as my husband, the late Lord Moles. Contrary to what I know, he denies that he was killed by pirates. Instead, he purportedly survived, thanks to the God Emperor's providence. However, I hold here his death certificate issued by the Administratium, which clearly states that my husband passed away. I demand this fraud be executed. The woman's belligerent waves around a scroll in which the words "declared dead" are clearly visible. The arguments are acknowledged and shall be weighed on the scales of justice. The representative will retreat to the Chapel of Patience to await the verdict. Your ladyship, our father did survive. He really was captured by pirates who were going to demand ransom, but the Imperial Navy managed to board the ship and rescue him. After he went missing, our mother, Lady Moles, arranged for a death certificate before we received the good news. Now we are in the humiliating position of having to prove that our father is alive, while our mother is living with her new husband. Lord Secundus has taken over our family business. We implore you to restore Lord Moles to his life and name. He is humbly awaiting your decision in the Chapel of Patience. All arguments have been acknowledged. Let the rogue trader's verdict be delivered. What does Lord Moles have to say? The prefect plays a vox recording on one of the servo skulls. The soft voice is interspersed with static, but you're able to make out the words. I am Moles. When the pirates captured me, I thought I was doomed, but fate provided to be more gracious than that. I hurried home from my own house by my servants and learn that Lady Moles has already had me declared dead and married Lord Secundus. She also taken control of our everything. Agatha and Silas have been recognized me. I'm losing my mind. What does the Moles family do? The prefect turns on one of her countless data slates. The Moles family manufactures nutritional rations. They supply the Astra Militarum as well as worlds that have no food production of their own. With the Lord at the helm, they covered the needs of 3 regiments and 5 worlds. Now it is 5 regiments and 12 worlds. One might say Lady Moles Secundus has done much better than our husband did. Ouch. Lady Moles Secundus' talents are self-evident. She could easily boost production on any planet. What might be called her promotion under the guise of punishment would bring tangible benefits. who just so happen to think of several backwater worlds that have good potential but lack the capable stewardship to match it. Let my retinue speak now. Henrik rubs the bridge of his nose, looking tired. This absurdity has dragged on for too long, so be it. If the Emperor is my witness, I am reluctant to revisit my early training experience in the Administratium, but I am going to have to do. Does Lady Moles Secundus have a paper that certifies she is alive? If not, the defendant is to be deemed dead with all that entails. If Lady Moles Secundus is right, then her children are the impostor's accomplices and are guilty of defaming. Oh, Jesus. Oh wait, he's trying to tell them. Okay, let's relay that. As you wish. Has confessed to bribing the administrative official and pleasing for her offspring to be spared. Okay, I'm ready to pass my verdict. All will be silent. What is your decision, your ladyship? I order Lord Moles to be declared alive. He is to be fully restored to his life and property. Lady Moles Secundus is therefore... No, not sentenced to death. Yeah. I hereby sentence Lady Moles Secundus to a duty of exploration and development of the Protectorate's fringe worlds. Give her everything she needs to conduct her business. I expect her results to be impressive. As she has been found guilty, Lord Moles is to be deemed alive. 3 profit factor, yeah! Lady Moles Secundus will depart for her place of exile before today ends. Arbitrators, carry out the sentence. As the last attendants leave the courtroom, the prefect turns to you with a delighted expression. Lady Theodora held court sessions like this to strengthen her subjects' faith in the Lex Imperialis and their fear of breaching it. A most useful practice, wouldn't you agree? This court is a farce. They call this the Palace of Justice, but what goes on here is anything but. Delivering justice is incredibly demanding work that requires in-depth knowledge of the Lex Imperialis. Today you merely touched on a small fragment of this sacrament. Thank you for your participation, and now it is time for me to return to my duties. A good day to you. Oh, I leveled up. Well, one more and I'll get the exemplar. All allies, including the master, have a weapon capable of area attacks. Use these area attacks. Until the end of combat, the Arch Militant's attacks do not spend all MP. Additionally, each attack grants a stacking plus 5% bonus to dodge for 1 round. Every attack grants a stacking. Why would this one be banned? Oh, until the end of combat. Until the end of combat, all toxin and burning effects from any source inflicted ignore their target's armor and deflection. Wild Hunt. The bounty hunter gains a plus agi bonus MP and restores 3 charges of hunt down the prey. Whenever the brain attacks one target which is marked as prey with Wild Hunt, 300 damage. Oh, I see. So that I could put up 3 more and then get 300% damage on each of them. Whenever the familiar becomes a target of an enemy attack, whenever the overseer uses overcharge, their familiar gains plus 30 to its key characteristics for 1 round. The next round, the bonus becomes plus 10 and lasts until the end of combat. Oh, hopefully I can get rid of this guy. Oh, he's overseer as... No, he's not. Yeah, he's overseer as well. Right. Okay. Oh, some loot.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
Just as I planned. Always keep your eye on the prize.
Old complaint.
Success is the only outcome I accept.
Is that it? The incident, Lucrid. So yeah, I'm not gonna bother with her. Do that another playthrough if possible. The incident, I assume, will continue. That's finished the chapter. Why have I not found any? Was discovered on the planet Jessavon. That's... I've been there though. Do I try this again? I kept getting stuck on the loading screen. Why did they just randomly change the order? Oh, I shouldn't have landed. I gotta go back to the ship. Yep, let's do some shopping. When a wearer hits an enemy with melee attacks, the wearer's nearest ally gains 11. Ooh. Deathworld, Origin, Enforcer, Light Carapace. Armor of the Final Threshold. Spinner's Breastplate. Was it the Explorator? Oh no, it was this one, wasn't it? But I'm never going to get that. $3,000. Each time where I spend, oh yeah, just buy everything, right? Torment, brace, oh, heretical. Why doesn't it come into here? Oh, oldest, right? Yeah. No. Oh, this is two-handed though. If the wearer inflicts bleeding, burning, or toxin, the target gets. Oh. Oh, but there's so much rep needed though. Maybe you need to wait till later. I'll do this because it's just 80. I don't really think I need anything from here though. I think that would maybe be the only thing. I'll see. I'll keep my stuff for now. Oh, these are all void. And then Sunhammer Lance Battery. Torpedo tubes carrying 4 short burning flak shots. Provides 90% hit chance, 20% hit critical. I'll get that just in case. I can't buy these yet then. Two. Yeah, still 1,000 off. Oh, mobile extractium. Oh yeah, they're the two I picked up. Okay. Time to continue. Oh. Damn it, every time. Well, willpower. The maximum number of action points granted by take hold is increased to 5. Okay, it's finally time. Does he have a square next to him on... The servant in fine clothes offers you a deep bow. Your ladyship, it is a great honour to serve you in an undertaking as monumental and glorious as the Magna Accessio ceremony. Is everything ready? The palace decorations are prepared and we are ready to begin at your command. The festive activities in the capital have likewise been arranged, and the guests of honour either have arrived on the planet or are awaiting invitation in near orbit. The servants are already in your chambers to see to it that you are impeccably garbed for the occasion. Then let us begin. May the Emperor be with us this day. Regis von Valencia's subjects, in honour of her ascension, the new rogue trader generously shows you her favour. In the name of the prosperity and the triumph of justice, these profaners, traitors and embezzlers shall face their stern execution. They form the authorities of any transgressor you know. Praise the rogue trader who cleanses our home of parasites and predators. What the hell? The crowd below is roiling, their electrified exultation filling the air of Dargonus. Thousands of throats chant your name. You are at the apex of this world and all others. Amplified by 100 voxes, the voice of the Master of Ceremonies booms. Rejoice, subjects of Dargonus, you have been granted the felicity of witnessing your mistress, a great honour bestowed upon us by the rogue trader Pandora von Valencius. Gracious saviour of Dargonus and vanquisher of blasphemous inhumans, may their unholy kind perish in the flames of righteousness. Cleanser of Janus, who with one hand brought death upon the blaspheming Xenos and with the other exterminated the despicable worshippers of the archenemy. A hush falls over the crowd, who gaze upon you in adoration. Many of them bear terrible scars from the recent battle of Dargonus. Like children, they await the word of their almighty mother. Praise the Emperor, faithful souls. The darkness around us may be fierce, but the blaze in our hearts is fiercer still. Evil will burn. The crowd erupts in frenzied cries. Hundreds of people pull out knives and with ardent, jubilant howls carve crude, bleeding Achilles on their faces, sharing in the martyrdom of the protector of humankind, the God Emperor. So much gold and white. Cassia stares at the crowds enraptured. It seems this massive gathering of exulting people is just as exotic and captivating to her as the sight of a bona fide navigator, a representative of the mysterious and powerful Navis Nobilite it is to your subjects. Making the sign of the Achillea, Argenta shouts out, Emperor, keep the von Valencius dynasty. The crowd zealously picks up the chant, repeating it. The Master of Ceremony bows to you with great reverence. Let the oath of the von Valencius dynasty be taken. Please repeat after me, your ladyship. I, Pandora, rogue trader by the grace of the Emperor, vow to be the paragon of humanity. I, Pandora, rogue trader by the grace of the Emperor, vow to be the paragon of humanity. Your lips repeat the words of an ancient oath, unbroken by adversity, to walk bravely first into darkness, to unite and reclaim what was lost, to triumph over nightmares untold, to hold boldly the reins of fate, to walk steadily the road of thorns through pain to greatness. You hear a rumble. It is the roar of the sea of your subjects. With jubilation and devout fear they welcome your ascension. It is done. Did I just talk? Your gathering looks odd and unusual. I remember this. Prefect. Ooh, a tank.
That's how it's done.
The vulnerable Lemus Ross is known as the Scipion Punisher and is served up. You may send my regards to your Master of Ceremonies. Oh. Governor Orben Drivestem stands surrounded by highborn guests like a planet orbited by many moons. All of his charm is directed at a man in resplendent power armor adorned with the sigil of the Inquisition. But as soon as you approach, Drivestem is the first to give you an elegant bow, getting ahead of the rest in expression of loyalty. This is a great day, your ladyship. I welcome you to my palace, honoured guests. You are buffeted by a salvo of congratulations and compliments. Look at the guests. Among the aristocrats surrounding the opulently dressed Drivestem, you notice a couple of young nobles in saddleback and gaprak colours. It would seem that the major noble houses of Dargonus have decided to introduce their younger members to high society. The tall man in grey power armour, adorned with a column with a skull, is undoubtedly a high-ranking inquisitor. He keeps to the periphery of the conversation, seldom deigning to comment. Next to him is his entourage, a Rangi warrior in black armor and a tech priest dressed in red, whose face is hidden behind a brass mask. I wonder if that's what the Dark Heresy is going to be like. Abelard stands somewhere apart from the others, as if reluctant to approach Drivestem. Next to him is a young woman, and you notice a family resemblance between them. Logic test failed. Nod to the Inquisitor. My greetings to the member of the Holy Inquisition. Xavier Calcazar. He responds with a dignified bow, his proud face calm and unfaltering. And my greetings to you, esteemed Pandora von Valencius. May shadow never darken the light of the Astronomicon that guides you. The Inquisitor's companion, a crimson-robed member of the Adeptus Mechanicus, bows to you. From behind the brass mask, mounted with dozens of augments, come a metallic rasp. Glory to the von Valencius heir. Try? Failed. An unexpected visit, I wasn't told. I, however, have been told all about you. The Inquisitor's face is impenetrable, but behind this mask you detect a hint of mockery. And who is this member of the honourable priesthood of the Adeptus Mechanicus? This is Brass Whisper, which naturally is not his real name. The esteemed Magus is a member of my retinue. There are times when I am forced by my duty to the Emperor to deal with xenotechnology, and Brass Whisper ensures my safety in such moments. Works that have been desecrated by Xenos are dangerous. They warrant his whispering cuts off, replaced by heavy, ragged breathing. It seems that the tech priest's quiet voice is not an extravagant quirk, but rather a consequence of some injury. After catching his breath, Brass Whisper continues, warrant due caution. We have not been introduced. An oversight to be sure. My name is Xavier Calcazar, and I have the honour of serving as a member of the illustrious Ordo Xenos, the head of the Cronus Expanse Conclave and the Lord Inquisitor of this region. It is my unending task to ensure this sector's readiness to meet external threats and resist internal corruption. Enjoy the party. What were you discussing just now? We were talking about the brutal Xeno raids on our fair Dargonus. So many victims, so much damage to our industries. Thank the Emperor that you are our protector. If it weren't for you, the cursed invaders would have obliterated the whole planet. He offers you a thin and smile. Sharing the sector with the blasted Xenos is impossible. I hope we respond to their raid on Dargonus with a punitive campaign. Look at Abelard's young relative. What is your name? Your ladyship, allow me to introduce the daughter of Chancellor Clementia Werserian and my great-granddaughter Astartia. Abelard looks solemnly upon the young woman with barely concealed pride. I am delighted to witness you, your ladyship. Astartia bows, keeping her observant and intelligent eyes trained on you. Drivestem glowers at Astartia with cold hostility, while young Sauerbach does not even try to hide his burning contempt. How are you finding the reception? It is difficult to put in words, your ladyship. Never before have I seen such a grand and striking ceremony. Astartia's voice sounds passionate and inspired, and her eyes shine with barely contained excitement. Young Gaprak keeps staring at Astartia curiously and a little bashfully. It seems the boy likes her. Where is the rest of your kin? They are in the city, preoccupied with running the festivities and watching over some of the more crucial services. No incidents can be allowed to ruin your ceremony. Astartia frowns and adds peevishly, I asked the esteemed Abelard to put me to some important task too, but he bid me to attend the reception where I can do nothing to serve your ladyship. If I had known, I too would have asked Abelard to let you miss the party. So you wish to become my servant as well? Astartia flushes and starts talking quickly and with fire in her voice. It would seem that she finds work-related conversations far more interesting than court gossip. Of course, I've been working on a project for the last 4 years. We could set up... Enough, Astartia. I highly doubt that her ladyship is interested in listening to to the fantasies of a young woman about how to run her protectorate. I would like to. Hold your tongue, Orb End. I decide who may speak and who may not. Please continue. Coercion test succeeded. Heartened, Astartia continues in the tone of a seasoned administratium clerk. Our suggestion is to set up a chain of stations in the void, plasma beacons that would signal the passing ships. By placing them in logistically sound locations, we could simplify our ships' routes so that they may split long warp jumps into a series of shorter, safer jumps from one beacon to another. This would have a positive effect on the overall safety of the journeys and the accessibility of colonies. Oh, interesting. More and more technical terms and percentages creep into her speech. She quotes Lex Mechanic reports and accounts of starship captains. Astartia's vigour and sharp mind are enough to silence even the most venomous commentators. They all stand there in silence, trying to digest what she is saying. Abelard surveys the quiet nobles with triumph, and then looks at his great-granddaughter with pride. I hope the Warasirian family gives Abelard the credit he deserves. Absolutely, your ladyship. We greatly respect him for his wisdom, and he repays us with attention and kindness, she says warmly. I am obliged, dear Astartia. He looks at enjoy the evening. Thank you. I see you hate Xenos with all your heart. I do. This pestilence against the Emperor must be exterminated. Or they must be forced into servitude. Many Xenos are more useful alive and obedient than dead. And how many of you killed personally? The Honourable Marcarius forbade, but I did not let me go to battle. The Inquisitor, standing among the guests, offers a thin smile. It must have been difficult for this youth to foster such bloodlust towards enemies of the Imperium without ever even seen one at a blade's difference. I'm ready to accept your In that case, allow me to be the first to offer them. Drivestem snaps his fingers and several servants approach you with gifts. The governor points at a thin, curved Dukaki blade. My soldiers took this splendid trophy from the body of one of the Xeno commanders. The weapon is too beautiful and forbidden for anyone but your ladyship. Power sword. That might be good for Cabelia. Young Sourback squeezes through to be the next, pushing Goprak aside with confidence. Your ladyship, House Sourback anticipates the onset of unsettled and bloody times. To make the ungodly Xenos cower at your approach, my family humbly presents you with a dozen pieces of secondary armament for your ship. Coordinate Oracle. Plus 15 bonus to awareness. Collion rewards. Nice. Okay, moving on. Ooh. I missed what it said. I had to restart something. Damn it. What the hell's this? Oh, is it punch? Why did I just go inside the palace? Sourback. Oh, here we go. The rogue traders. Pandora, it is my pleasure to congratulate you on claiming your inheritance. Now you carry upon your shoulders the great duty entrusted to us by the Emperor himself, to oversee this sector and remain vigilant as we strike down any and all corruption that dares to raise its head in your domain. You've been acquainted but a moment and you're already getting to work on the new blood with your sermons. Then again, word is that you two are thick as thieves already. Well then, Pandora, you are our equal now, is that it? Caligos Winterscale examines you as a hero Curo. Observe. Broad shoulders, athletic, frequently spine is crooked. Next to him, unblinking, man clad in armour. Hermit. Oh, you gives a respectful nod. Nod coldly. Welcome to my domain, honoured guests. This one has teeth. She knows that there are no friends among rogue traders, only rivals. Don't worry, we won't try to bite a piece out of your protectorate today, so as not to ruin the celebration. Rein in your avarice, Caligos. All that you own belongs to the Emperor, and you are nothing more than a steward, and all of the esteemed Pandora's possessions are likewise his property. Winterscale, I'm starting to get the impression that you do not like me. Am I supposed to? After all, you and Incendia made off. Oh yeah. Incendia, any football must relate to Kusk. Alas, it is no longer possible. I've already given the sacred oath to transfer all proceeds from my patronage of footfall for the next 100 years to the mission of the Order of St. Durus. Caligos chuckles mirthlessly. That which falls into the hands of the pious will never leave their clutches. While footfall was in my charge, I graciously guarded its trade routes. But now their safety is no longer my concern. In accordance with my privileges, I hereby declare Furibundus and the neighbouring systems to be a free hunting zone. Any item of cargo procured in it by a subject of mine will be considered a fair trophy rather than the proceeds of piracy. How fares your protectorate? Protectorate, more like the bleeding scraps of one. The warp storm tore it to shreds, but my servants will pierce it back together, and if they don't, I'll chop off their heads and find myself more capable helpers. Something strikes you as strange. Caligos Winterscale wasn't always this nonchalant about his protectorate. He used to be known as shrewd and business-minded, even concerned for his subjects, but it seems he has grown bored of ruling. And since you asked, a psyker in the service of the governor of my world had recently swapped a luxurious bedchamber in the palace for the cramped confines of a ship's captain. His escape was so skillfully orchestrated I couldn't help but look into it further, and what I discovered broke my heart, new blood. Behind Winterscale's sly, narrowed gaze, you see icy rage, but a moment later the cordial grin is back on his lips. However, I would quarrel over such a trifle as a runaway servant. Consider Herman a gift to you. What do you think of this celebration? I like it. Caligos looks around the hall curiously. One can instantly tell we've been invited by a rogue trader, not some administratium bootlicker. We are conquerors of wild sectors, slayers of unknown beasts, executors of Xeno empires. Caligos, you should take this opportunity to learn. This is what the palace of a true rogue trader looks like. Not like a Xeno menagerie, a pirate's treasure hold, or however difficult it may be for you to believe it, an orbital brothel. And your sport is greatly appreciated, as is yours. Oh, I should have bloody continued. Priest hold his hand to placate gesture. Oh, he's your confessor. May the Emperor's light guide you ways across the abyss of humid wickedness. How is foot? Oh, face everything to me. How is foot? I am setting that pirate den right. The empty modules begin mode to the St. Juras mission. Okay. Under the Steam's incendious rule, Footfall is headed for purgation and prosperity, but its burden of depravity persists still, and it is a heavy one. I take it you were not overly fond of Theodora. She was of the same breed as Asp. She stops short, then continues in a lowered voice. Conceited, insolent, unaware of the Emperor's stern gaze set upon her. I do not doubt her wisdom and courage, but Theodora did not have a shred of humility or fear of his wrath. Asp, that must be Aspice Corda. You remember the name. From what you record, she was a rogue trader too, and a renowned one at that. Well, I for one liked Theodora, the stories they told of her travels to nameless stars, and yes, there was no fear in her. Who is Aspice Corda to you? Oh, this is Incendia's favourite subject. She just loves talking about her spice. The examples of the warning to us all. Reception failed. But no, Blade Day will come to see the battleship one more. Interesting. I thank you for this visit. Chemicals, weapons. Enjoy the evening, I must take my leave. I hope your ladyship is pleased and not yet tired. If you wish to revive yourself a little, I would suggest proceeding to the courtyard. If I may be so bold, many guests have chosen to move into the fresh air and will be eager to offer their congratulations. I'll return to the guests. There's a group of aristocrats stands apart from the governor's circle. Their whispering carries a tinge of displeasure. The clear leader of this gathering is a gaunt, bilious-faced man dressed in sourback colours. This must be Marcarius himself, head of the house. He offers you a ceremonious bow. My congratulations, your ladyship. May the Omnissiah grant you understanding. The woman with whom he is conversing, the one dressed in a robe with a gear-shaped adornments, is Torina Gorprak. It is difficult to read her face due to it being covered in numerous augmentations. Henrik was listening. How are you these days, Torinia? Like a forging hammer, her voice fails heavily on the ear. The corruption of Kiavagama was a great blow to my family. The contemptible Cupus Delphim betrayed our trust, desecrated the forged cathedrals, and took my esteemed cousin's life. On behalf of my family, I humbly beg you to forgive our negligence. I am ready to accept my punishment. There is something lurking beneath Torinia's repentant expression, a grudge. It would seem that she was personally offended by the nightmare into which Cubis Delphim plunged her domain, and she feels betrayed. Tell me more about your family. Kaliak Sector, Adeptus Mechanicus. Do your part to heal and your house will be forgiven. Do your part to heal the wounds inflicted on Kiavagama and your house will be forgiven. Torinia raises her mechanical eyes to the ceiling. I swear on the Omnissiah's all-encompassing insight, we will make every effort to justify the cost. of its resurrection. It was only a year ago that none could doubt House Gopak's usefulness, yet here you are, Toriania, on your knees justifying the cost. Macarius, I'm surprised you deigned to make an appearance here this evening. His face twists into an unpleasant smile, which makes the artificial skin on the left side all the more prominent. I am a servant of the Von Valentius dynasty. Had I not come, I would have committed an act of unacceptable insolence and damaged my family's honour. His wife offers you a charming smile as if apologising for her husband's vitriolic tone. Her large eyes are brimming with curiosity. What has so displeased you? I am your dynasty's loyal servant, but you have asked and I will answer. Too long as the Cronus Expanse lived under the rule of rogue traders, the privileges granted to them make people think that commoners too can dismiss the prohibitions of the Imperium. For the good of the sector, rogue traders must become paragons of the law, not exceptions to it. But do many warrant holders exhibit lawful conduct? No, they do not. Even you, your ladyship, are the subject of strangest of rumours, and you have just recently inherited your protectorate. Conrad oh no. I forbid anyone to repeat Conrad Volkova's lies and hereby impose a fine on you. Just kill him. As you command, your ladyship, I am not repeating the words of another merely informing you that they are being spoken, but your behest will be carried out. Was that to make a note? I wish to know more about Lord Sauerbach. Your wife? There's none to be in your... It is my pleasure. You flatter me, your ladyship, but I cannot say that is not to my liking. Your countenance is familiar somewhere. Could it be? I wouldn't dream of claiming it. I hope this won't be the end of our acquaintanceship. You wouldn't mind if I wrote to you from time to time, would your ladyship? You wouldn't mind, would you? Certainly not. I promise to answer whenever I am not occupied with conquest. I daren't count on such generous courtesy, your ladyship. I see. Interesting conversation. It's been very illuminating, given me plenty of food for thought. For an inscrutable man, Henrik's has been even more inscrutable than usual. It's as if he's hiding something important. Is there something you would like to tell me? Nothing urgent. What can you tell me about my guests? Well, Sauerbach is all but throwing darts at your portrait, even in leisure. Continue. Leave silently. Your chambers are ready, but I must inform you that the servitor over there, the master of ceremonies points at a servitor standing in the corner dressed in your ship's livery, approached me and said that it has a message for you. Its speech was surprisingly fluent and expressive for a servitor, so I think someone must have put a message into it. The master of ceremony drops his voice to a whisper. It could be a secret dispatch. The last thing I want to do, please allow me to escort you.
Your chambers are ready, your ladyship.
Ooh. Oh my god.
Guards! Intruder!
Quiet. Time to sleep.
We need to talk in private.
It's the Lord Inquisitor. Is that the...
We
yeah.
have matters to discuss, von Valancius.
Ashara, the woman behind Kalkazar, clad in black armor, glares at you, her face set in predatory readiness for immediate violence, the hallmark of a professional bodyguard. If the Inquisition wishes to have a talk with me, I am glad to be at its service.
A commendable openness to cooperation. It will be taken into account. Master Van Kellogg's has spent enough time with you. He will vouch for your words. What stands out from your recent accomplishments is the suppression of a rebellion on Janus, the battle against the archenemy's minions on Kiava Gamma, and, of course, the unusual interest the Drakari have shown in you. Then that is what we will discuss.
After saying these words, he shoots you a searching look from under his brows, like a regicide player who just made the first move and is now watching for his opponent's reaction. What do you wish to know about the events on Janus?
Oh, I know it already. Even though you were quite effective at removing all evidence that could point to the blunder made by House von Valancius, it is saddening to realize that the rogue trader's connivance allowed a heretic who had been fostering a cult for years to come to power.
They are stained on my dynasty's honor, I admit it.
Your humility is heartening. Rest assured, it will be noted during the investigation of your lamentable oversight.
If you knew about what was happening on Janus, why didn't you intervene yourself?
I cannot satisfy your curiosity without disclosing information of the utmost secrecy. I will say only this. We had the situation under control. There is a tangled knot of perilous events in progress in the Coronis expanse. Plucking even one thread must be performed with great precision and caution, without any room for error. Because you do not want to know the price of such an error, or what forms it might take.
What questions could you have for me about Kiava Gamma?
Places touched by chaos must be purged with fire and condemned to oblivion. Kiava Gamma should have been bombed to dust and pronounced a forbidden world. However, you decided otherwise and restored the colony's operation. And you didn't even go to the trouble of hiding the traces of the neglect committed by your dynasty. After all, it was House von Valancius that gave Cubis Delphim so much freedom that he sank into seditious heresy.
God, this guy really has it out.
Rationale.
I made every effort and saw to it that every seed of heresy was exterminated. The world of Kiava Gamma is tainted no more, I can vouch for that.
I hope you are sufficiently thorough. If you are not, you will be called to account.
Fair enough.
And the machine? You destroyed it. Why? So much invaluable data lost. In Master Van Kellogg's dispatch, he reported that he made you well aware of how important that data was, and he clearly requested that you not interfere in the investigation.
The machine held dark and dangerous.
You consider yourself more competent to assess this risk than myself or Master Van Kellogg's? Yes, the enmity between you is a known fact, but there is another way to look at it. On Veabos 6, you met the Archon of a mighty cabal, whose presence there seems strange to begin with, and lived. You subsequently encountered a number of her closest henchmen, yet, again, you survived. Your capital fell victim to a nefarious attack, but even this time, their daggers missed your heart. Such remarkable luck. To be a personal enemy of such an influential Xenos, to have been attacked so many times and yet make it out alive. So remarkable that one has to wonder, am I watching a spectacle? Could all these thrilling massacres be an alibi of sorts, meant to establish you once and for all as an enemy of the Xenos and never their ally or even their agent?
Xeno's made more attempts on St. Dros's life than mine. Does that make him a traitor too?
So you already think you're cut from the same cloth as St. Dros's, do you? Ambitious? I'll make note of it.
Have I answered all of your questions?
Far from it, my dear. The questions are manifold. How did you manage to survive the battle that claimed the life of Theodora, who was so much more experienced and skilled than you?
I don't know,
Is it a
actually.
coincidence that you and you alone then made it out of the trap on Rykad Minoris? How much truth is there in the rumors being spread by the heretic Kunrad Voitvir about you? The very existence of these questions would have made many of my colleagues doubt the quality of your character, but it won't in this case. The Inquisition, which I represent, is willing to show extraordinary faith in your person. For the sake of our invaluable partnership, I'm going to ignore any minor liberties that you, esteemed rogue trader, may have afforded yourself or may again in the future. I hope you appreciate the generosity of this offer, as your predecessor once did.
Well, what kind of deal are we talking about?
I make no deals, and Emperor forbid that I give you orders. That would mean infringing on your privileges. I'm
Interesting.
merely offering well-meaning recommendations and expecting that when the Expanse finds itself in danger, you will break away from your own affairs to heed them.
Fair enough.
As proof of the seriousness of my hopes for you, I can assign Heinrichs as your escort. He is my best agent, and I would not offer his company to anyone but my most trusted ally.
I want Heinrich to continue to accompany me.
Then Master Van Kellogg's will remain in place. It puts me at ease to know that there is someone to watch over you.
Kalkazar's last remark sounds ambiguous.
I consider it an honor to accompany you.
My favor takes other forms as well.
Ooh.
I seem to remember that your exalted aristocrats presented you with many gifts. It would be rude of me not to follow suit. Please accept this gift as a sign of my favor. In an hour of need, give it to any faithful servant of the Emperor, and the Inquisition will come to your aid. The color indicates how close the bearer is to the Lord Inquisitor. Scarlet means that you have shed your blood for the good of the Imperium, and therefore, you deserve to have his servants shed their blood for you.
Oh, is that because I didn't, I blew up the machine?
Your zeal is impressive. However, I cannot accept such an oath from you. At least, not now. You will be more useful to the Inquisition in your current position than as a member of my coterie. Nevertheless, this is a gift, a sign that your fervor has not gone unnoticed. Should it remain undiminished, one day this blade will be melted down to make your inquisitorial rosette. Such is the tradition of our conclave.
As if in confirmation of the Lord Inquisitor's words, Henrik brings his hands to his own rosette.
Here is where we part. My shuttle is waiting. It is time for me to return to my watch, for you to sleep, and for your servant to wake up. Until next we meet.
Well, you will obviously want to discuss what just happened. But not now, I presume. Right now, it would be better for you to rest and think on the Lord Inquisitor's words in private. I bid you good night, rogue trader.
The rise of the rogue trader heir restored a tenuous equilibrium to the Von Valancius Protectorate. For a time, threats subsided, activity returned to trade routes, and reclaimed worlds began to heal.
Oh, is it like a time skip?
The new Lord Captain's subjects praised the God Emperor and their leader wholeheartedly. For none knew what fate might await them.
You have spent the first few hours of your morning listening to the High Factum's lengthy report on the late... Wait. From the outside the illuminated, tightly closed windows, you can hear the muffled sounds of Dargonus and its everyday life. The life that has been passing you by lately as you've been preoccupied with the affairs of your protectorate from dawn till dusk. Clementia barely contains a yawn. Once Jarrus Danrock has finished, she pulls out her data slate. Thank you for the report, High Fractum. Your work is highly appreciated, both by everyone here and the Adeptus Administratium. Your Ladyship, we are almost done here. We just need to go over the final items on today's agenda that I would like to report to you personally. Next. Allow me to pass on gifts from your loyal subjects, the high nobility of Dargonus. It goes without saying that every living soul in your protectorate is blessed to serve your Ladyship faithfully and wholeheartedly. However, this humble gesture is meant as a token of deepest appreciation of your magnanimity towards the esteemed families. Objects discovered. Okay. House Werison made arrangements for the delivery of several tons of supplies for your future journeys. The house is also transferring a regiment of its finest into your personal charge. Each of these brave troopers has undergone rigorous Voidfarer training and will be humbled to lay down their life for you, Lord Captain. Clementia is trying to maintain a neutral expression, but you can see her face is beaming with pride. Please command them as you see fit. Jeez. House Sauerbach has arranged for several regiments of expertly trained servants of the Emperor to be transferred to your Did I hear that right? That is correct, your ladyship. The port services have already received the orphan and now it's just Lord Sauerbach. If I am to venture a guess, your ladyship, I believe the esteemed Chancellor was staggered by such an irregular display of generosity. Oh, interesting. I think I made it on his wife. Lord Captain, news of particular import has come from the House's intelligence network. Lord Inquisitor Calcazar is rumoured to be planning a visit to Footfall. A number of Imperial Navy ships were commandeered by Lord Calcazar, and they are also being scrambled to Footfall. Furthermore, we have received reports claiming that secret messages were delivered to the capital worlds of House Corda and Winterscale. It is possible that the Lord Inquisitor's call to arms may smother the conflict that is brewing between the two dynasties. We have seen an increasing number of skirmishes between their ships in neutral systems. I do not doubt that her ladyship Corda will attempt to sway the Lord Inquisitor to her side, especially since his lordship Winterscale's luck seems to be running out. Riots have broken out on several of his worlds, and yet he has shown no intention of quelling them. Instead, the rogue trader inflicted brutal punishment upon one of his oldest colonies, Vesuvia Secundus, based on allegiances of seditious sentiments. Oddly enough, our agents were unable to find any proof of sedition among the populace there. As soon as we have any update, we will be the first to know. Lastly, your pet Zeno, Erlet, I believe, is seeking a meeting with you. She had the audacity to defile the royal trader's palace with her profane presence and refused to leave until she has spoken with you. I would never to presume to be able to read the emotions of Xenos, but the Ardari appear perturbed. I believe she mentioned a void ship of some sort. It may be best if you told you everything directly. Troubling developments. And with that, please allow me and Master Danrock to take our leave. The Chancellor and the High Fractum offer their bows. Perhaps the last request we will serve as a welcome distraction. Indeed, your ladyship's stay on Dargonus has been rather long. However, your protectorate is now enjoying a period of relative stability that, for the time being, no longer demands your ladyship's personal involvement in its affairs. Glory to the rogue trader. I still got... I can still do that then. Oh, wait. Did I not do this? Oh. Oh, she just appeared out of nowhere. Eltak, at last we have left your ornate cage. Elet cast a look over the stone palace walls. For many turn I have sought to meet you, and yet your servant, the one who is like the silver-haired Abelard but twice as young, has no favour for the requests of a child of the Assyrian. Take me into a place where the hearing of others will not steal the words intended for you. While you were mending the wounds of this world left by the Twisted One's attack, I was able to discover, no, not Krudakak's fate, merely traces of it, as Moran found sanctuary under the boughs of the Lilithan's forest. So did my other kin find refuge in a system known as the Atlas Reach. We must make a journey there with haste, before new dangers destroy the witness who can show me a way to lost Krudarak, whose fate remains shrouded by the stars. Alette focuses her piercing gaze on you. The knowledge is the sole thread that may lead me to the truth, Elantak. I ask that your metal winged ship take me there along the thread that before it tears under the strain of time and circumstances. How were you able to contact those Adari? No, I did not conduct. I have means to do so, but I... Give me the coordinates and I shall take you there. You will? Thank you. Your ladyship, I hope you'll stay on Dargain. I must take my leave. What about the... Does he have one about a cyber raven? This upgrade kit permanently improves the road trader's familiar maintenance stations. Both are improved. Oh, that's only a few. Okay. Synergy. The cyber agent relocate was used on it. Really. Achilles nods to you, Oh, Oh, okay. Travel to the Atlas Reach system. Am I in chapter 2 or not? I didn't get the achievement. Where am I going? Atlas. Dead man's chest. Oh, Atlas Reach is up here. So provisions there. Oh, it's only one provision though. I think these are probably the ones I took away. Lord Captain, according to our telemetry, we have arrived at the coordinates you specified. The augurs do not register any activity on the surface of the local planets, biological or otherwise, but maybe the Xenos are using their arcane technology to conceal their presence. Despite this, the Augur crew managed to locate a faint signal at the system's edge. According to their data, it is coming from an unidentified vessel drifting in the orbit of a local gas giant. I'm begging you, Elentak, let us go on the shuttle. I can feel that the thread of fate is frayed and is about to snap. I cannot miss what may be the only chance to solve the mystery behind the disappearance of my home. Lord Captain, there's been an unusual cluster of binary asteroids before us, rich in rare metals and valuable minerals. They are moving in a fairly stable orbit, which suggests the possibility of constructing a mining station inside the drift. What? Adamantine 12, yes. Lord Captain, reporting our void ship has passed through a cloud of cosmic dust. Unfortunately, dust passes covered with ice. Until then, oh god. Okay, I've got to take her. Do I replace her with Agenta? Yeah, because I need the melee. Do I need the melee? Oof, difficult. No. assassin makes an attack that does not count towards the limit of attacks per tones. Okay. Perfect opening, lethality chance to maximum. Ballistic skill. Every turn, the first use of an assassin ability costs 0 AP. While the assassin has no, they gain. Okay. The assassin attack granting 40% dodge. Silence of Shaili. Just in case. What am I looking for? A helmet?
I always have a backup plan.
The lanky, haggard-looking officer with sunken cheeks stares at you in fright. His body is shivering as if from a feverish chill, and his eyes are darting back and forth anxiously. Your ladyship, rogue trader, what brings you to our humble ship? Stop shivering like a leaf in the wind, monkey. Answer me, have you seen others like me in this system? If you have, tell me where, when, and under what circumstances your paths crossed and diverged afterwards. The officer's eyes widen at the sight of Illet. His face grows even paler than before and his lips move in a wordless prayer, unable to utter a word in response. A whirlwind of orange and blue torments their souls. Can you not feel its gust in the air all around us? Its hues are terrifying indeed. Henrik sets his hands on his weapon and nods at the trembling officer. I've seen people like this before, afraid of their own shadow. More than that, I have turned my underlings into this. He has been tortured. How do you know I am a rogue trader? Emperor, forgive me. What the hell? Chaos? What the hell?
You monkey. I'm beginning to think that your kind is eager to step into our snares.
You gasp, sucking in the poisoned air, each breath scorching your insides with liquid fire from throat to lungs. Every cell in your body is engulfed in maddening pain, as if you are being doused in molten metal, skinned alive and subjected to yet another form of torture. You hear sounds coming from somewhere far away, the moans of your people, the shuffling of bare feet, and light footsteps slowly getting closer. Rogue Trader, our long-awaited meeting indeed. You can barely see anything through the haze of agony, but you still remember the voice well. The voice of the Xenos who devastated your capital world. Mazari's face, Marazai's face is hidden behind a helmet, but his tone leaves no room for doubt. He is smirking. Alette, who is wibbling in pain next to you, is barely able to breathe out. No, what have you done? Are you dissatisfied, my kin? I promised that you would have your precious craft world survivors, and so you will. I will take you to them. I might even be there to witness your jubilant reunion. Damn you. Henrik growls hoarsely as he tries to get up, driven more by rage. Continue. That seems unlikely, monkey. Both of your fates are now mine to decide. Servo drives whine under the tech priest's scarlet robe in a dogged but fruitless attempt to lift his body. The inferior flesh has betrayed me. You must have punished it poorly, Iron Monkey. No matter, as a captive, you will learn how to apply the art of torture to make it fear the very thought of betrayal. Marazai takes a close look at your companions, squirming in agony, then gestures nonchalantly to someone you cannot see. Bring in the injectors. The monkey I promised to Tavantius are among them. I do not want these wretches to move an inch until they are hands of the Arch Machinator. As for you, there's a disturbing gleam in the Dracon's eyes. You will have your share of paralyzing dreams too, but I'm going to keep you. You are far too precious to be surrendered to a madman playing with fire. You will rue crossing me again. Marazai clicks his tongue and shakes his head. You disappoint me, monkey. I have heard the pleas of millions and the curses of billions. You can do better. His last words fill your head like the deafening echo of a ship's siren. The gas creeps deeper into your lungs, eating away at them hungrily. As the agony spreads down your every limb, you are suffocating. Are you enjoying this sensation? I had this poison made for you. And who would have thought that a monkey would one day earn such an honor? A special gift from a Dracon, but you're suffering. The Xeno leans closer to you. I knew the taste would be exquisite were I to add a touch of the Drakaki's talent for extracting anguish. However, there will be time for that later. No matter how I wish to play with you, all one after another, I need you for a purpose, Rogue Trader. Komorag awaits you, all of you. Mandrakes, take them, leave none behind. Your consciousness emerges from an ocean of darkened nightmares, as if someone's powerful hand reached into the depths and brought you into the light. In the dark room, long and angular shadows move around and exchange remarks. One of the shadows approaches you, ripping apart the veil of pain and revealing features that look familiar to you. You're awake, monkey! Marazai's voice is sickeningly sweet. He is looking at you with idle interest, rolling a soft and milky-coloured object from one hand to the other. Our toxin masters spared no efforts to drag you out of the induced dream. I must commend the Nightmare Weavers. The emanations of fear you exuded in your delirium are worthy of the highest praise. However, it is time to finish what you were brought here for. It is time to work for the good of the Cabal, Rogue Trader. Burn in the Emperor's scorching light, you filthy Xenos. Marazai clicks his tongue and gently caresses the object in his hands with the claws of his glove, making it emit a little squeal. It looks like you have acquired a taste for pain, monkey. Have it your way, then. Resist the inevitable and know a new facet of suffering. The Drakari gestures to one of the shadows near you, and your head is forced backwards. Marazai brings the hand holding the strange object closer. You manage to make out translucent, glossy skin, bluish, pulsating organs beneath, and a little head with serrated jaws, before the Drakari pushes the lava into your face. Ugh. Chance 97. Oh, so 0%. Sensing warmth, the creature springs into motion a moment later. As it blindly pokes at your skin, it discovers your nostril and rushes forward, stretching the skin and tearing through the mucous membrane. Unbearable pain overwhelms you as the lava begins to force its way through the soft tissue and cartilage, each of its movements causing a crunching noise to reverberate through your skull. The creature greedily bites into flesh and moves ever onward, past the bridge of your nose, past your eyes, and then something alien invades your consciousness. Darkness clouds your eyes, but the sensation of an alien presence does not relent. This is not a conscious mind, but something primitive yet unbelievably strong in its unknowable pursuit. It is crawling around in your thoughts, scratching them with its sides and changing their shape. Perhaps all this is just a bad dream, a quirk of the intellect exhausted by endless troubles, a calamity of a mind too weak for the burden it was made to carry. A strange light dawns at the edge of your perception. Holy sh...
You have disappointed us, rogue trader von Valancius.
What the hell?
Is there money to be made?
Why is the Lord Inquisitor? Do my eyes deceive me? Explain yourself, Alantak. What?
You are accused of consorting with Xenos, betraying the Imperium, and neglecting the interests of humankind.
But they're all dead.
The tribunal is waiting for your explanations. Come closer.
Oh, it's Henrik and Theodora. And here comes our principal witness, the rogue trader herself. Henrik gives you a cold look. If the presented evidence was not enough to convince you, her testimony will conclude this confusing case, full of oath-breaking lies and heresy. You dragged this girl into this trial and now expect someone will lend an ear to a lowly heretic's testimony. I thought better of you, Interrogator von Clarks. I was so very wrong. Lady Theodora's voice sounds even harsher and angrier than you remember. The Lord Inquisitor makes a vaguely dismissive gesture. Enough, let her speak. The sooner this business is concluded, the better. Then let us continue. Shielded by the powers of the warrant of trade granted by the Imperium, Theodora von Valancius more than once allowed herself to openly collaborate with Xenos. You have never seen such a contemptuous grimace on the interrogator's face. She plunged her entire protectorate into apostasy and heresy, including the current rogue trader, and went out of her way to prevent the Inquisition and me personally from maintaining order inside the Expanse. Does the rogue trader admit to fraternizing with the Xenos? You served the Xenos. You rejected like you... What? What? Wait, something is wrong. Why are you all here? Where is my... What happened? I plead guilty. It was amusing, but the joke has outstayed its welcome. Theodora shoots the interrogator a nasty look. It is painfully obvious that this heretic is dancing to your tune. Her word against mine. You had lost before you unsheathed your blade, Henrik. You need not worry, dear Lord Captain. It is not my intention of bringing up unsupported claims. Henrik produces a data sleep and skillfully manipulates the device until he locates the necessary information. The rogue trader has often been accompanied by Xeno companion. Yeah. And though the warranted trade does allow one to grant sanction to individual specimens, what is this if not a confirmation of the Von Valencius family's loyalty to the enemies of humanity? The rogue trader's ties to the Drukhari, a different subspecies of Aldari, are just as obvious. Who else could help her divine the carefully prepared plans of the Drukhari if not another Drukhari? Pandora von Valencius always ended up in the location of the next Drukhari raid, knowing for certain where they were going to strike. As you can see, this confession is straight from the horse's mouth. What other evidence can the court possibly seek? The tribunal remains silent, although those present cast anxious glances at your predecessor. At this point, the tribunal probably wants to know what the true intentions of the Von Valencius dynasty are. The rogue trader claims she has been waging war against the Drukhari this entire time. Except, was there really a war, or was it another carefully staged performance? Henrik is looking at you closely, almost without blinking. Allow me to explain what actually happened. Pandora von Valencius personally invited the Drukhari to her worlds, and then used their strength and resources to sow chaos in the Expanse to gain leverage over her rivals. It is very convenient to play the victim while working with those who rob your neighbours blind and terrifying the worlds that pay you tribute. How much did you profit from this, rogue trader? Did you think I would not uncover your pathetic conspiracy? You served the Drukhari. You did it without... Enough of this circuits. Henrik, I did not set up any attacks. Oh, succeed. Rogue trader. Henrik addresses you through clenched teeth. You are destroying your only chance to make yourself useful. The Inquisition and to me personally. Do not tempt fate and do not resist the examination. Are you really saying your war with the Drukhari was not a hoax? Then how did you and your foolish subjects know the coordinates of the enemy ships every time? How did you know their targets? Did you think your expert on all things Xenos was shrewd enough to define the carefully devised plan of the Cabal's finest? No, only other Drukhari could do that, and even then, only a few. This means you are in collusion with them. Bull-headed stubbornness does not befit a woman of your pedigree, rogue trader, but since you have decided to deny everything, I will summon another witness. I'm sure everyone will find it interesting to explore this story from another angle. Alette silently takes a graceful step forwards. If the court so desires, my speech will run like a river and wash away your doubts. I found a shard of my home in the rogue trader's chambers. An entire craft world vanished among the stars. The only clue to its fate resting in the hands of this monkey. That was when I began to suspect that she had something to do with the misfortune that had befallen my crew. Do not be deceived by her breed. There is a cunning predator lurking behind the fluttering of fragile butterfly wings. The monkey before you is a bizarre amalgamation of qualities not usually inherent in her feeble species. She has mastered the mysteries of many of this world's cultures, the secrets of the universe and ancient artifacts, the fine art of war, the intricacies of deceit, all are embodied in a single monkey, however hard it may be to believe. However, the thread that bound our path broke the moment I realized the monkey's involvement in the disappearance of my home. To flee the rogue trader, I tracked down and eliminated her chief tracker, who has pursued our kin in this part of the galaxy for many years, and thus earned clemency before this court. So, Achilles did not simply vanish. You helped him disappear. Henrik nods curtly. I say he is only himself to blame. An agent who cannot recognize an impending threat is useless. Henrik nods with satisfaction, noticing your reaction, or rather the lack of it. The court has been presented with enough evidence, and I hope no one is harbouring any doubts as to the guilty of the von Valencius dynasty. But let us allow the rogue trader to say her final word. We are all curious to know what you have gleaned from this inquiry. Now let us see. I am still struck by my soul's mercy. I am nothing but a puppet in this charade. Everything that has taken place at this trial is a vicious lie. You try to push the words out of your throat, but they become stuck in a suffocating lump, choking you. Henrik notices your struggle and quickly changes the subject. The rogue trader is obviously stunned by the realization Theodora has been using her this entire time to impede me. Enough. After the spell is lifted, staggering pain pierces your body. Darkness clouds your vision and nausea creeps up your throat, but the wounds you manage to forget soon remind you that they are still alive. Messiah, Draken of the Cabal of the Reaving Tempest, First Blade to Lady Eremenerus, Eviscerator of Ildilaris, Blade. One half of his face is hidden behind a golden mask with an intimidating visage. The other half is showing a malicious sharp-toothed leer. The Xeno's elaborate armor is decorated with the skulls and patches of human skin impaled on countless blades and hooks. He carries himself with authority and ease as though he is a ruler who holds the thread of fate on all those present tightly in his grasp. A triumphant grin erupts on Marazai's face, but the Xeno remains surprisingly composed and does not dare interrupt the unknown speaker. Olette absorbs every word, occasionally wincing in pain and covering her weeping wounds. Her posture and gesture are full of tension, like prey cornered by a pack of predators. Olette shrinks under the hungry stares of those around her. Zeno, listen to the conversation. With the greatest respect, mighty Nazrakai, Archon of the Cabal of the Black First man. The Council of Archons has had enough of platitudes, Dracon Marazai, and no longer wishes to. What's that? Sly, intrigues, ruthless, chill to jagged ice, to turns lips. Who the hell's that? Isn't that a navigator? No. Interesting. Stranger. Of virtual verbose, the cut and thrust, keep time with fate's own machinations grave, but whose deft footward leads to naught but dust, while from its brutal finish none can save. This play the puppet master granted me, through murky stores a path obligingly. The puppet master has Vect himself invited you to this chamber? The Archon chokes on his own words, but quickly regains his composure. No matter, he may be our guest, Arabenian, but you are merely a spectator in this performance. And spectators do not belong on the stage, as you undoubtedly know. Do not interfere. The stranger presses a delicate finger to the lips of his sorrowful mask and says, with a twinkle in his eyes, "A shadow in the shadow will I be." Look at the Aldari who interrupted the trial. You fail. Recall what you know about Vect. Hey Archon, or what his name is, I shall soon be adding your mask to my collection of Xeno artifacts. The words almost fly from the lips with a sharp pain, when a sharp pain seizes your head in a vice-like grip. Blood and nausea roil inside your throat, and the world starts swaying before your eyes. It looks like the creature Marazai shoved in your head is still suppressing your will with all its might, but you can already feel its approaching dismiss. Marazai, considering the circumstances, the Archon looks around the room and rests his troubled gaze on the Xenos in bright armour who interrupted him. The council finds Archon Euronymous guilty. The blade of your truth cuts through the shadowy veil, concealing her transgressions. However, a glint of cruel mockery appears in his eyes. How dare you insult the council with such a pathetic complaint? You should have ripped her heart out with your own hands and granted her soul to Vect if you wanted to atone for the mistakes of the Reaving Tempest. Marazai's eyes widened, filled with astonishment and disbelief. He seems to have been certain of the outcome and did not expect what he is hearing now. His lips twist in an enraged snarl, hatred directed at the Xenos on the throne, and yet it finds no outlet under the gaze of dozens of Drakari in the chamber. To contradict my decision is to contradict the decision of Vect himself, fool. Something in the Xeno's tone makes your heart skip a beat. Allow me to discipline you for your weakness. Today the Dracon will lose his wings and plunge to the very bottom of the chasm. You will go to the arena to atone for your mistakes and impertinence alongside the rabble you were dragged to Cormorant. If you are a true Dracon, you will rise again. If you do not, your suffering will satiate the worthy. Lay down your weapons and follow the guards. I will let you keep what little dignity you have left. This is my final gift to you, Marazai. What the hell? The Archon nods in satisfaction and makes an unfamiliar gesture. The guards draw closer to you. Let us return to you, Yemirius. The laughter of the masked Xenos interrupts the Archon and echoes under the vaults of the chamber in a resounding baritone. And all the masks upon their marks now stand. The slave of vanity of the spire ascends. The thief and traitor cast downward by her hand. Unbeknownst to all, their fate depends upon a lead unseen, a player green. The Xeno leads forwards and eyes you with genuine interest. The mask hides his narrow face, and his motley garb shimmers in the dim light. Is this how you treat the hospitality of the Comorah Arabinian? The Archon angrily balls his fist, the shadow of his wrath hanging over the Adari interloper like a thunder cloud. I thought your words were worth more. You insult me by interrupting the trial again. The Xeno sweep into theatrical bow without taking his eyes off Narazaki's face. You, Archon, speak a just rebuke, in truth. Fate's melodies in snarls fantastic have entrapped me here when I hear them play. I could not keep my lips from grinning wide. Here comes the hour for shadows to retreat to where curtains want to rise. The light with no beginning now sends forth the call. What the hell? The world is an impenetrable haze of warm pain. You lie motionless. No, you rest. In the murky gloom, slowly dissolving into nothingness. Sometimes your repose is troubled by unpleasant and persistent tremors coming from the place where your legs used to be. You do your best to ignore them. Away, you vulture, this is not your prey! A vaguely familiar voice reaches you through the certain darkness, but your disobedient thoughts refuse to reveal where and when you have heard it before. Was it just recently or hundreds of lifetimes ago? The trembling coming from your legs is replaced with a violent jerking motion, and then it finally stops. From this phantasmagoria retreat and deftly seize my virgin vagabond, the puppet master's strings left hanging, again rise up to take your place and dance. A spark ignites in the darkness, and its light ruthless cuts through the gloom that then envelopes you. An ugly image of the reality around you assaults your retina. You can feel your body again and realize it is filled with pain. Your shoulder is sore from an injection. Rogue trader Pandora von Valentius lies before you. Kneel and help me rise. The stranger's tone of boredom, indifference. Let your heart a steady crutch become, and vanity its elbow offer up. Feel your body. Succeed. You immediately regret this decision. Every inch of your body is suffering. There is a dull, debilitating pain in your head, caused by chemicals of some kind. Your body is covered in deep cuts. Made either for fun or with sinister intent. All your organs appear to be intact, but the same cannot be said for your blood. You have lost a great deal. Finally, a strange gnawing spasm occasionally flares at the base of your skull. It is not severe, but for some reason it is what concerns you the most of all. All of your equipment is gone, as are your shoes. You don't even have a knife at hand to fend off enemies or to open your veins. Look around. You are surrounded by the dead, numerous corpses, mutilated bodies, and pieces thereof. Humans, Drakari, and other Xenos unfamiliar to you lie motionless in this gruesome mortuary. Look at your rescuer. Your eyes refuse to focus on the blurry figure of the person who came to your aid. He appears to be tall, and your mind emphatically refuses to continue, for every moment of concentration causes your suffering. I have seen you somewhere before. Who are you? A dream obscure of death, deliverance, illuminating will and agony. Among the shadows in the wings you lie, where taunt are pulled the puppet's master's string. The stranger intricately links his fingers to mimic the tools of a puppeteer. My companions, where are they? Not here. The roles have been decided now, but if you play your part, perhaps the plot will draw you back together, or to doom. This overture in verse the final lines. The merchant's time to tread the boards has come. Embark you now upon your pilgrimage, and take my parting gift, a humble prop. The stranger deposits something in your hand and disappears into the twilight. Gift from beyond the grave. An unremarkable and weak pistol. Okay. You may have commanded multiple planets and millions of lives in your former life, but in this new reality, not even your own feet will obey you. As if to punish you for your ignorance, your disobedient limbs send a sharp jolt of pain. Requires overcome this trial in your emperor's name. Your service to him is not yet ended. You crack lips, work in tandem with your burning lungs to expel the familiar words of prayer. Each uttered line fills your body with his light, giving your strength and driving away the pain, as if the emperor himself is commanding you to rise. You make another attempt. Gain 2 deflection. Quest failed. What? Your bare feet feel like you're stuffed with rags and refuse to obey. What? Why is everything down? Oh, because of all these 100 runes. Huh? Pandora.
Failure is just a temporary setback.
Has my voice changed?
I'll learn from this mistake. I won't let it define me.
Your wounds barely hurt at all and your body feels surprisingly light. It's not saved in ages.
I always keep my options open. I'll see to it personally. On it. Who, if not me?
Jesus.
I refuse. I won't stand for it.
Stim.
Keep your wits about you. I'll see to it personally. I'll make it happen. On it. I'll make it happen. Who, if not me? It's as good as done. I'll see to it personally. My gut tells me it's a bad idea. I refuse. I'll make it happen. It's as good as done. Who if not me?
Which is better, my weapon skill? No, it's still ballistic.
I'll see to it personally. On it. Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Jeez.
Failure is just a temporary setback. I always get the job done. I'll see to it personally. It's as good as done. I'll see to it personally. Who if not me? I'll see to it personally. I'll make it happen. I'll see to it personally. It's as good as done. I'll see to it personally.
Head trauma.
On it. Always keep your eye on the prize. I'll learn from this mistake. Failure is just a temporary setback. I won't let it define me. I'll learn from this mistake. I won't let it define me. Failure is just a temporary setback. I won't let it define me. Success is the only outcome I accept.
Skin patch. What's the difference? Removes 1 trauma. Wait.
Is there money to be made? I'll see to it personally. Who, if not me? I'll make it happen. It's as good as done. I won't stand for it. I won't compromise my principles. I'll see to it personally. On it. Who, if not me? I'll see to it personally. I'll make it happen. Fate and fortune favor the bold. Let us not dawdle. I refuse. It's as good as done. I'll make it happen. I'll see to it personally.
Ugh.
I have a nose for profit and a taste for adventure. On it. I'll make it happen. Who, if not me?
Have I got one more? I'm not getting any achievements.
I always have a backup plan.
It is nigh impossible to identify this horrendous spawn dressed in rags as a human being, or rather a genetic atheum descended from human beings. The mutant's hideous appearance is complemented by brutal scars and a partially flailed face. Perception test failed. This is a robbery. Good reaction. Oh. No. Oh, come on.
I'll learn from this mistake. I'll make it happen. On it. Rise to the top, or get left in the dust. I'll see to it personally. I'll make it happen. Who, if not me? It's as good as done. On it. I won't stand for it. I'll make it happen. Who, if not me? It's as good as done. I'll make it happen. I'll see to it personally. Who, if not me? It's as good as done. I'll make it happen. I'll see to it personally. I'll make it happen. Keep your wits about you.
I'm just not getting any achievements, am I? What the hell? You do not feel any pain, not yet at least. You merely watch in surprise as a spray of crimson fans through the air. You do not know when your hand seized the beggar's throat, your fingers clenched around it of their own accord. The mutant's eyes go wide and a rattle escapes his reeking mouth. He dies before he can wound you again. You force yourself to release your grip on his crushed larynx. The pain finally reaches you through the veil of adrenaline, but the sensation is hardly shocking. What is another wound to you when your body is already suffering from 100 just like it? Ooh. Ooh.
Always keep your eye on the prize. Just as I planned.
Don't move. Where am I supposed to go?
I always keep my options open. Let us not dawdle.
The wind. What? Malice. The den you have found yourself in is filled with heady smoke, and the walls are lined with living shadows. The center of attention is the snake-like Xenos. He is engaged in a conversation with a pale, harried-looking Drakari and pays you no mind, much like everyone else here. Yeah, of course. The particular breed of abominable Xeno is unfamiliar. Survey the room, failed. Observe, the leader of the gang is powerfully built. His scaled hide is reinforced with engraved metal in several spots. His long tail coils around and around as his snake-like head sways gently from side to side. The Xenos is enjoying a state of blissful relaxation. His companion, the gaunt Drakari, is looking at him ostentatiously. Her entire body is adorned with hundreds of embedded steel beads and thousands of red injector marks. Address the leader. May we speak? The snake-like Xenos either fails to notice your presence or is simply ignoring you. Iridescent eyelids membrane slide over his eyes, momentarily shuttering them. No doubt a telling look among his kind. Without deigning to look at you, the cadaverous Drakari mutters, "Malice wants you to disappear, pathetic whelp." Lovely day we're having, isn't it? He casts a sidelong glance at you and says, skeptically, "Not for you by the looks of it." "What do you mean? I'm perfectly well." The Xeno's eyes start flickering hypnotically. You sense a subtle, unhealthy curiosity in his tone as he points to your wounds. "You're bleeding like a butchered carcass. Are you in pain?" "Pain. I relish pain. It is my preferred in this accursed world. Prove it." "You are Malice, I take it?" His serpentine head turns to you with inhumane fluidity, his forked tongue tasting the air. "I am Malice, you are an inconvenience. Get lost or you'll find out how Malice deals with inconveniences, humanling." "I require aid. I am wounded." "What makes you think I can pay you handsomely?" "You have nothing. Don't waste my time." Oh God. Nope, I failed. The Drakari's head shatters and some of the scraps stick to the snake-like Xeno's face. You now have his undivided attention and that of everyone else in the room. The Xeno's idol... Oh God. Whoops.
I always have a backup plan.
Oh, okay. The Drakari's head shatters and some of the scraps... Okay, continue. The Xeno's idol... I respect the fearless. What do you want? I wish to return to my domain in the Cronus Expanse. Ha, many dream of that, and how do you manage that would work? You think I'm going to take you there in my void ship? I need a healer. And what will you give in me return? We shall discuss this later. The little strength you had left in your body has run out. You collapse to the floor, and the darkness that nearly extinguished your mind permanently envelopes your vision once more. Patch up the humanling. She has character. I like those ones. Sensation slowly returns to you. Your body is still in pain, but you are no longer on the brink of death. Your wounds have been crudely closed with metal clamps, and your throat is pocked with injector tracks, as though you have been wearing a neck pillow of needles. The one who rendered his first aid to you was certainly not a qualified chirurgeon, someone who would typically be permitted to minister to the person of the illustrious rogue trader. It looks like you are back with us. I don't know whether to offer my congratulations or commiserations. The scale Zeno looks at you without the slightest deference. I owe you. What is your price? Straight to business. I like it. You truly do owe me, but we will discuss that when you are no longer lying on the floor like a scrap of dead meat. As soon as you stand up, you are seized by a strange sense of unreality. It is as if you are still there in the wicked darkness, and everything around you is merely a twisted mirage. Doubt seeps into your mind like a poison, sundering its contact with your body. You have to make a deliberate effort to hold on to the thought that you are you. What is your mind maggot? What, is your mind maggot giving you trouble? I saw it latch onto your spinal cord when you were being patched up. A fat, well-fed grub it was, with lots of teeth. It's dying now. They have a short lifespan, and that means its poison is especially toxic. You'll lose touch with reality from time to time, and when the mind maggot dies, the final dose of poison will make you think that your body is not your body at all, and then your heart will just stop beating. I could have pulled that thing out of you, of course, but I thought, why should I? Consider it a guarantee of your gratitude towards me. When you've earned your healing, I'll release you from it. What do you want from me? Kill for me. Go into the mangled sector and find a freak called the Commissar, one of your kind, and spill his guts for me. Do that and you will earn my favour, and in the chasm that counts a lot. Who is this Commissar? A prisoner of the Drakaki who thinks too highly of himself. Instead of dying in the arena without any fuss, he is hiding, gathering other slaves of your race around him, and making pathetic plans to get his revenge. And many of your kind are listening to him. See how few humanling shriekers there are. They used to all come to me, but now they listen to the Commissar and no longer come. The Mangled Sector, what an off-putting name. It's an off-putting place. It's the base of the spire in which we live. Comarag is stitching together from scraps of various dimensions, and in the Mangled Sector, the seams are starting to rip. Space is collapsing in on itself, entrophic radiation is off the scale, spawning all kinds of abominations, and the sector itself is slowly but surely turning into nothing. You'd have to be insane to set foot in a place like that. Insane or an outcast like the Commissar, hiding from the front, hunt, or you. I'm going to need a more serious weapon. Prove that you're useful first. Do this and Malice will see that you have decent toys to play with. But not before. Very well, I will kill him. Bring me his head in exchange, I'll share my toys with you. Okay.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Oh, God. How do I split? There we go. It's one of the... Oh, sniper rifle, there we go. just in case. Oh, I should have. Yeah.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Ugh. Wait a second. Idari runs a hand over her face before turning to you. Her pale skin is tightly stretched over the bones of her skull. Her eyes have lost their glimmer, and her neck is stooped under an unseen burden. And yet you still recognize her. Valette, your former companion and the reason for your imprisonment within these dark walls. Valette glances at you, her voice widening slightly. That is the only change you can detect in her terse expression. Whatever emotions she may be feeling, she is expressing them well. You're alive. Your voice, do I hear a semblance of jubilation? But how can that be? Did the monkey come for a taste of pain? Then you may have patience. Our little guest still has so much suffering to extract. The suffering overwhelms me. Yeah, that sounds good. Just grab the knife and stab him. The Drakai is too enthralled with the victim to react in time. The blade goes through his throat and the Xenos collapses with a visceral wheeze. His kin move to draw their weapons but freeze, transfixed by the sight of their brother thrashing in agony. From the Dark One's toy to my monkey's property, my path shows me no mercy. Tell me, will your heart find the strength and the resolve to forgive me, to allow me to share the path with you once more? Your reasons make no difference to me, I forgive you. Okay. Okay. Oh. Oh, I shouldn't have sent it to the cargo. What?
Is there money to be made?
I have failed my kin. Did you hope to see an Azuriani fail? Kemorak.
One or two more tries.
Did you hope to see an Azuriani fail? I have failed my kin. Kemorak. I have failed my kin. Did you hope to see an Azuriani fail? I have failed my kin. Did you hope to see an Azuriani fail?
It should only take like 5.
I have failed my kin. Did you hope to see an Azuriani fail? I have failed my kin.
Come on.
Kemorak. Did you hope to see an Azuriani fail? I have failed my kin. Kemorak. I have failed my kin. Did you hope to see an Azuriani fail? A trivial
Finally.
task.
Was that it?
Let us not dawdle.
Portal to the arena. Wait.
Kemorak. Did you hope to see an Azuriani fail? I have learned much in my exile.
Keep your wits about you.
I have
won't
failed
let it
my
define
kin.
me.
Did you
Failure
hope
is
to
just
see
a
an
temporary
Azuriani
setback.
fail? Kemorak. My success was inevitable. Did you
Unlearn
hope to
from
see an
this
Azuriani
mistake.
fail? A trivial task. I have failed my kin. Did you hope to see an Azuriani fail? Kemorak. I have failed my kin. Did you hope to see an Azuriani fail? Kemorak. Did you hope to see an Azuriani fail? I have failed my kin. Kemorak. I have failed my kin. Did you hope to see an Azuriani fail? Kemorak.
Come on.
Too hard for a simple monkey?
I always have a backup plan.
I
won't
have
let it
failed my
define
kin.
me.
I have learned much in my exile.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Did you
Failure
hope to
is
see an
just a temporary
Azuriani fail?
setback.
I have
Learn from
failed
this
my kin.
mistake.
Did you
Failure is
hope
just
to
a
see an
temporary
Azuriani
setback.
fail?
I
I
won't
have
let it
failed my
define
kin.
me.
A trivial task. Kemorak.
Oh, crap.
Did you hope to see an Azuriani fail? I have failed my kin. Kemorak. Did you hope to see an Azuriani fail? I have failed my kin. Oh, too hard for a simple monkey.
Is there money to be made?
Kin Morak. I have failed my kin. Did you hope to see an Azuriani fail? I have failed my kin. Kin Morak. I have failed my kin.
Come on.
Did you hope to see an Azuriani fail? I have failed my kin. Kin Morak. Did you hope to see an Azuriani fail? I have learned much in my exile.
Keep my options open.
Okay, I think that's it for tonight. I finally got to chapter 3. I guess tomorrow we'll try and break out of here. Till then, see you around.